Hello, once again, welcome to the next section of our conditional formatting series under the data analysis series. Well, anyone who is here for the first time, please, I'm so glad you've joined me on this channel. Welcome. It's all about data analysis, nothing difficult here. We are trying to break down data analysis to its simplest form by touching on the tools that we use for data analysis. Now, in this particular video, we are on working on a series in conditional formatting, and we are going to be touching on one interesting thing about conditional formatting. In a previous video, we did editing to a manual conditional editing to a table. To this particular one, we are going to be doing a few more conditional formatting, but before we dive into that, we are going to be learning how to manage the rules we have set already in our table. So you realize that in this table we had some conditional formatting set. How do you edit it? So for example, I want to change the grass color to say white, and I want to change the inner to say yellow, this kind of color, so white and yellow. You go back to conditional formatting here, again still on your home tab, on your home menu, go to the styles group, conditional formatting, and come all the way down. You see the last section called what? Manage rules. This is where we will find all of our rules that we have set on it. The ones we've done manually, it's the ones that we will see. So conditional formatting, manage rules, and then you are faced with it. So you can do you see all the rules that we have set on it? We did a greater than 70, less than 70, we did a grass, and we did an electric. So for example, if I wanted to change, say, the grass that we're talking about, okay, I wanted to change this grass to I said the color was going to be white, the font color was going to be white, and the background was going to be this sort of yellow. So all you have to do is, you see, click on it to select, and then come to this edit rule, and then you are back to where you started, and obviously you know where to go from here. Back to formatting, change the color to white for the text. When you are on the font, please note on the font, this is to change the color of the number or the text in the field or in the cell, and then go to your fill to now change the background, which is the color that fills the cell. Okay, so I said we're going to choose something of this sort. Okay, and click OK and OK. And then once, it will bring you back to your rules manager, which is this interface that you have here, the box that came up. Okay, this is a very large one. Okay, so the box that came up, and then click on apply, and then OK. So you see, so you can set as many rules as you want and edit it as many times as you want. Now let's jump into what exactly we wanted to do in today's video. So today's video, we are going to treat something under conditional formatting, which we had left in our previous video, which is calculating some percentages over the data. So for example, you have a class, you are teaching a class, you have, let's say, 50 plus kids in the classroom. They did an exam, and you want to find how many people in the class got a pass mark, how many people in the class got below the pass mark. So for example, I want to find the top percent, the top 10% of kids that passed in the class, and the top 10 lowest that failed in the class, or any, depending on how you analysis. Okay, when you come to top and bottom rules, you find exactly that, and you can change this when you go down to more rules here, and then edit it the way you want. But first, we're going to be dealing with top 10. So take a closer look at this data before we apply colors. So let me scroll back in, let me make more space, bring this to the center, and let's have a look at this data. Okay, a moment. Okay, good. So you realize that this is more like a group of, it's some sort of I don't know if it is water bottles, and they are trying to describe I think fluid. I think they are supposed to be some sort of fluid or items. There's electric here, there's water, there's normal, there's water. So perhaps some sort of Forget about it, what it is. Anyway, let's just deal with the numbers. Okay, so this is calculating speed. So speed, self-defense, SP def, SP attack, defense. Trust me, I picked this data from online platform where data is made available free. So I don't usually make sense of this data before I bring it. We all make sense of it together. So what I want to do is I want to find the top 10% of these values. How many of these numbers are above the, so there's a particular range. Let's find the smallest one. The smallest one should be 10. The highest should be 130. Now, from 10 to 130, it's a range. And what we want to do is we want to find out which numbers may occur or occurs a lot of times that end up being the top 10%. Okay. And usually to do this, if it's a normal day you're doing this, you would have taken a pen and paper, added all of this to, and then you calculate an average. You don't need to worry yourself when you're using Excel. All you have to do is come to conditional formatting, come to top, and I say, hey, I want top 10%. So this is top 10 items. This is top 10%. So we want top 10%. Again, you will find analogy here that top 10 items may be dealing with perhaps both text and values, but top 10% to be dealing specifically with numbers. Okay, so I want top 10%. So I click on top 10%, and you realize that there are some sort of coloring here. So it has done its own addition and performed its average at the back, and realize that these numbers that are highlighted here forms the top 10%. Now, I indicated that you can change this particular value yourself, either by going to the manage rules that we found down there. You can also do the same here by saying, okay, top 20%. And you realize that the more you keep adding the percentages, the more the color indication happens. Now, question is, can we do anything in the decimal places? So let's say top, say 5.9%. NA. Okay, so it doesn't do the point. So top, so it was top 59%, and it gives us that. Top 5% gives us this. So let's take to top 10%. And again, you realize Excel has this how do you call it, format of having just specific colors they deal with. So light red, yellow, green. So you can decide to do whatever you want to do here. So I like to go with the green. I click it, and click for us to have this. And mind you, I have not converted this range into a data yet, so into a table yet, so I can just convert everything into a table now quickly. Okay, we can get rid of this side by right clicking and then deleting the table row. It's a row left to right. Okay, so delete. Let's right click again in this section. Yes, so now so this is what my top 10%. Let's apply top bottom 10%, which is this one, and this time around let's keep it as a red. Okay, so you see, and then let's also apply one more feature, which is above average. So what it is doing is, again, it considers the range of numbers there, and it adds everything up, divides it by the number of elements there. So let's do this. For this may be a bit longer, but let's do this. Let's use our conditional formats, conditional formatting function. There is this function that we use when we're treating functions. The video will be up there. Sum. I want to sum everything here. Okay, I have this. Now I want to count the items. So this time around I'm not adding them, I'm just counting them. So 20 is 1, 10 is 2, 55 is 3, so 1, 2, 3, like that. Okay, we have 42. Now the average of these two, so all I did was this divided by this. Okay, gave us was 69.952. Now what we are going to do to this data set is that we want to find so basically if we are finding anything that falls below average, it means anything that falls below 69.952. so it means that 65 should fall below average, 60 should fall below average, 55, 40, all of these things should fall below average. So let's see if we are right. So let's highlight it, go to conditional formatting, top, and then let's do below average before we come to above average. So below average, what do you see? You realize that all of these values that are less than our 69.952 are below average. So those have been highlighted and falling beneath average. So look at how easy it was for you to handle data in a table as compared to if you had paper and pen and you were doing those calculations down, or even trying to do them manually in Excel. This takes you, so basically this calculation I did here manually took me, let's say, about 3, 4, 5 seconds to get the whole thing done, okay, or maybe even more than that. But if you had gone straight to this and that, and it's just a few clicks and you have your answer. So we have this, and this is true because if you look at our value here, none of these values are equal to it or above it. Okay, so now let's also highlight it and say we want to find any of these values that goes above that color, and that's why we're going to use a yellow color. So above average, it has highlighted everything red, but we don't want that. We are going to highlight it yellow and click OK. So you realize that 130 is above 69.9. Same for these other values, 80, 85, 129, all of these are above that. So this is exactly what I want us to understand about using conditional formatting. And again, a quick one to put in: if you wanted to edit the rule, you can just come to more rules, and then you go to the same section, format only cells that contain cell values greater than, so anything greater than, say, 69.952. so you can type it there, 69.952, and then you apply your color. So let's say this time around I just want a green fill. I'm not changing the color of the text itself. I click on yellow, and then it applies. Oh, I selected only one cell. Let's do that. Let's go manage rules, and you see that it's here. I edit rule, and then I had put an equal to sign. I didn't want an equal to, I just want 69.6952, and then okay. So this it applies to all in this. I wonder why it applies to all in this, but I will figure that and we will get the correction in our next video. But again, this is how to do that. And if you want to edit, like I said, go to conditional formatting, manage rules, and then you have all your rules here to edit. If you want to delete it, simply delete it and then click OK, and it goes off your table. So this is how to get those particular calculations done. So like I said earlier, if you have, say you're a business person, you have data and you want to analyze what is your top 10%, what's your top 10% selling items, what item sells more than the others based on the values, then you can do that simple calculation in Excel. Thank you very much if you have joined me to this video, and the next video will be treating something all different, and then I hope to see you in that video because it's going to be fun. And like I said, it's all about learning and understanding how to use the tools for data and analysis. Thank you very much. If you are new here, unfortunately I didn't welcome you in the beginning, but I'm welcoming you now because I like to have all my new subscribers, my new people join the family and feel welcome. So you're welcome to the channel. Please do not forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and most importantly, put on your notification bell so that anytime we drop these videos, you would be the first to have it. And please let me have your comments in the comment section. Please, like I said, we also have a Discord channel where I'm able to dive in deep with people who need more help on these particular courses that we deal with on a daily basis. That being said, thank you very much for being with me and have a nice day. Peace out.